Hey everyone, my name is Monica Hill with Offer Slayers, and so I'm excited that you've taken the time to check out this video. But I am on a mission to help over 500 professional women transition into powerful, confident, empowered, and profitable entrepreneurs. So I don't know if if you guys are like me, background is in healthcare, have done that for well over 17 years. And I knew that I needed a change and I knew I needed a way out. And I went on this journey to master the marketing system. I've done some other things in business over the years, and I've had some ups and downs in business. But I started to realize that I was very weak in marketing, and that was why I wasn't succeeding. And actually, if you look at some of the stats, over 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. But if you also look at some of the stats that are out there on some of these sites, the statistics site, excuse me, but they show that only 47% of small businesses actually have a marketing budget and actually are marketing their business. So to me, there's a huge correlation, right? Of only 50% of businesses are succeeding and only 47% of the businesses are marketing. There's a big gap there. And so part of what I want to do is share with you guys what I think is really important to grow in your business. If you are a professional like me and are in a position where you are maybe tired of what you're doing, you want to transition, you want more time you with your family, you may want more time to travel, or you're just tired of doing what you're doing over and over again every day, then and you're on an entrepreneur um, vehicle and you're wanting to go that route, then hey, come join me and let's do this journey together. And let me show you how you can grow your business, be profitable, and still be able to really enjoy um, life, and doing the things that you want to do because you get to buy back some of your time and you get to do things that you enjoy doing and not because you have to do it for a paycheck. So, but for the first video today, I wanted to talk to you about something that's very important to growing any business, right? And that's starting with the mindset. You have to know where you're going. You have to know your goals. You have to know why you're doing it to really succeed. And so I want to bring 4 questions to you that I want you to really seriously put some thought into, right? So the first thing on before you can really start your journey is you got to know where you want to go, right? So it's like the GPS. Before when you get ready to go somewhere, you got to put in where you're starting from, but you also got to put where you want to go. So if you don't have an end goal in mind, then how do you know where to start? Or I mean, how do you know what you're working towards? So you have to have an end goal in mind, and then you work backwards. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of read the Stephen Covey book, um, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but he talks about beginning with the end in mind. And basically, that's what that means. You think about that long term vision that you have for your life, for your vision, for your health, wherever you want to be, 5, 10 plus years down the line. Where is that person? What does that person look like 5, 10 years from now? And actually, Stephen Covey goes on even deeper and to say, like, to the point where, like, you're at your funeral. If you have to read your own eulogy, you have to give your own account for what impact you made. What does that look like? What do you want people to say about you at your funeral? So whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're looking at long-term major impact over the course of your life. What is it that you want to accomplish? So that's where you have to start. Because again, if you don't know where to start, then how do you even figure out which direction to go, right? You can't put where you want to go. I mixed that up. But if you don't know where you're starting and you don't know where you're going, then Waze or Google Map, they can't give you the directions or all the different routes to get there. Now, like I said, you won't always have one route. You might start on a route and it may change as you're going. That's part of business. But the big thing is understanding that you have 2 endpoints. And once you get on that path, then you may have some detours, you may have some roadblocks, but then all that means is you don't stop. You figure out how to get over it, how to go around it, or how to go through it, right? So, one, knowing what your end is, knowing what that end goal is. envision who that person you have to be and to be able to reach that point. So for me, when I first got started in business, super shy, did not want to speak to anybody. I mean, and I still have I think I would say my core I'm an introverted core, but I've learned when it comes to business, it comes to talking to people, I can get outside of that, right? So you can learn the skill sets. So if you are fearful or maybe don't know whether you can truly accomplish that long-term vision, I guarantee you can, but you have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone and to do something different. But you first have to know where you want to go, what that person looks like, what that future looks like, what that lifestyle looks like, what those relationships look back like, and then you can work backwards. All right. So again, you begin with the end in mind. Then you go back and you say, okay, that's where I want to go, but where am I right now? Right? Where am I right at this minute? Again, am I shy? Am I fearful of stepping out of my comfort zone? Have I been told all along that I can't be successful in business, but I really want to do it? Whatever is going on in your mind, if you're a professional, maybe you're like, I couldn't walk away from my job and make enough money in business. I don't have the mindset of a business owner. I can't do it. Whatever those roadblocks that you already have in your mind, understand where you are now, but understand in order to get to over that hump and get to the next place, you got to do something different. You got to be willing to step outside your comfort zone, right? But you got to start and know where you are. Know what skills are you lacking? Where are you starting right now? And so the thing is, if you think about a bridge, if you want to get across that bridge, you first have to know, once you know where you are and you see where that long-term goal is, then now you can start to make steps going across that bridge, right? Because once you know that long-term goal, then you work backwards. So if you know this is the goal long term, okay, how can you break that up so that you can gradually accomplish that goal? You probably heard of a saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you run a marathon? One step at a time. So it's not a sprint. If anybody tells you getting rich is, or making money is gonna be a quick thing, it may not be legit. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's gonna have ups and downs. Everybody has a different journey, but understanding that part of business is growing, learning, getting outside of your comfort zone. Try, fail, adjust, right? So you have to be able to get outside your comfort zone and got to be willing to do that. But that starts with understanding where you want to go, understanding where you are, and then now starting to take action and move towards that, right? So once you know where you want to go, you know where you are. The third, really, and really, this is probably one of the most important, if not the most important, after knowing where you're going, is why. Why do you want to do it? Because I guarantee you, if you are new in this entrepreneur journey, you do have to get what we call emotionally intelligent, right? Because the reality is many of the people around you don't have the same mindset that you have. And so it can be a lonely journey. Even sometimes when you're in a relationship, your partner may not have that same business mindset. So you got to know, who do I go to? What community can I go to that have like-minded people that I can grow with, and I can have a coach or a mentor or somebody that's going to guide me through that process, and understanding that your friends and family who love you, and they mean you well, sometimes that's not who you need to take business advice from. You need to take some business advice from somebody who's already preceded you in business, and ideally somebody who's already having the success that you want, right? So where do you want to go? Where are you now? And why? And again, that why is so crucial. And sometimes you just say, oh, yeah, because I want to make some extra money. Many times making money is not enough. Is it? Most of the time, it comes down to us wanting to be able to do more for others. So whether you have kids, whether you have family, a partner, maybe you just want to give to charity. But sometimes just saying, oh, I want to make some more money is not going to be enough. You have to really have a burning desire to want to do something different. Maybe you're just tired of that 9 to 5 and you're burnt out and you just absolutely know you can't do it too much longer. And maybe that's enough burn for you to get outside your comfort zone and do something different. But if you don't know the why, then I guarantee you're going to have a hard time when you run across those those roadblocks or those detours. And when it feels like things aren't working, you got to be able to jump back on the track and to keep running. Right. So you got to know your why. And the last big thing, once you know your why, is now you got to take a assessment of what do we need to accomplish to get this done. So again, whether you need to get better skill sets, whether need to get a coach, whether you need to get a mentor, whether you need to become a part of association. Accountability is huge. Again, if you're doing it by yourself, you're probably going to have a hard time. You really need a group of people or people that can work with you to help you along that journey, and people that are like-minded. So just not anybody. Again, your friends are awesome. They have their place, but if they're not entrepreneurs, they may not be the best for advice. I actually have a friend. I was talking to her. She wants to do something in business. She keeps talking about what she wants to do. And so one day she came to me and she's like, Monica, you know, I really want to do this cleaning business, but somebody told me that it's really saturated. It's a really saturated industry. And I was like, yeah, I mean, but most industries have competition. Most industries are saturated to some extent. The question is, can you stand out in that community? What is your core value, your core product or service going to be to where you stand out? It's enough people in the market for everybody. You just got to figure out what your niche is and what your target audience is. So I told her that, but then something came back and said, well, ask her who she's getting this advice from. And I said, so this person who told you that this is a saturated market, are they a business owner? Guess what her answer was? No. So she's going to let somebody who has no business background take her dream and steal that excitement she has about business and ideas. So she's willing to take advice from somebody who does not know anything about business versus finding somebody. Because if it was me, I would say, hey, don't take advice from somebody that's not in business. Go find somebody that's already successful in that industry and ask them, how can I succeed in that business? So it's a change in mindset. It's not just, I can't do it, or what if I can't do it? It's like, okay, let me figure out how I can do it. Let me find the people, let me find the resources, let me be resourceful, right? Let me figure out how to make this work. And if you're willing to do that, you can absolutely make it work. All right. So guys, that is the first session. And I look forward to coming back with you guys and just showering you with as much knowledge as I can to help you grow your business so we can all grow together and be successful. But if you like this video, if you're watching YouTube, you like the video, click the link like below, subscribe. We'd love to have you part of the community. If you're watching this on another platform, make sure you join our Facebook group, Offer Slayers. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.